Hello, my name is Dr. Ethan from Balance for Life, and welcome to our new series, This or That. In these action-packed videos, we want to show you that rather doing a this exercise, maybe a that alternative movement, can benefit you a whole lot more. So, for today, I want to share with you exercises that will help everybody who sits for long periods of time and feels those low back aches. These exercises aim to take pressure off your lower back by opening and strengthening up your hips. Why your hips? Well, your hip is the largest joint in your body and affects areas such as your spine and even your ankles. So, when you feel stiff and tight from long sitting, reset your body with these 4 perfect exercises. The first 2 give you a better deal for the price of one movement, which can save you time and effort in your day, while the other 2 take simple stretches further to give you faster relief and mobility. So, let's mobilize. This one will focus on both opening and strengthening your hips at the same time. So rather than doing normal hip circles and glute exercises, this movement aims to do the same thing but cuts the time in half. As you sit down for long periods of time, this exercise resets your hip stabilizers and relieves pressure of your lower back. So here's how you're going to do it. Assume a single leg stance, brace your core and grip the floor with your planted foot. Then place your hands on your hips and rotate your torso forward over your planted leg while kicking your back leg behind you. Keep the back leg completely straight and your planted leg in a slightly bent position. Next, rotate your hips in towards your planted leg and then transition to rotating it away from your planted leg. A cue that may help is to think about simply moving your belly button towards your planted leg and then away to the side. You want the movement to come from your hips as opposed to simply twisting your upper body. By performing this exercise, you actually activate hip muscles that help you with balance and also open the joint. If you feel as if this is too difficult, feel free to grab a chair and place it in front of you so that you feel more stable as this opens your hips. If this is too easy, you can take your hands off your hips and try to mimic airplane wings with your arms to make it more difficult to balance. The next exercise is called the works, and I like to call this the works because it works wonders for those who especially sit for long periods of time. So, imagine that as you sit, the front muscles of your hip are kept in a shortened length while your spine is actually kept in a hunched over position. This exercise works on opening your hips while increasing spine mobility. So just for this exercise, however, you're going to need a little bit more space to maneuver. So, here's what you're going to do. Lay on your side with the top leg flexed ahead of you while the bottom leg is flexed, extending behind you. You're then going to place both of your arms ahead of you like so. Then turn the top arm around while reaching your bottom leg and give yourself a nice quad stretch. While turning your body, try to be intentional and imagine each vertebra unlocking as you move. These next 2 exercises are the best bang for your buck as they take ordinary exercises to isolate specific hip muscles. Have you ever seen anyone do this stretch? This movement does a very general job at lengthening these front muscles, but take it a step further and try this one. You're going to take a step forward, just like the last stretch, then you're going to lead forward with your hips like so. You should feel some stretch at the front of your hips. Now, once you're here, you're going to bring your arm directly over your head and bend towards the side of your lunged leg, and then lean back. You should feel that this stretch is going deeper than a normal forward lunge. As mentioned before, from sitting down for long periods of time, the front muscles tend to shorten. One of the main hip flexor muscles is called the iliopsoas muscle. This large muscle starts from the lumbar spine and attaches to your inner thigh. And because of the attachments of this muscle, it actually tilts your pelvis forward and in turn causes irritation from your lower back. By doing this stretch, your iliopsoas is out of its shorter position, relieving pressure in your lower back. You know the traditional hamstring stretch. While standing and keeping your legs bending, you reach down and touch your toes. Simple enough, but there's a better way to lengthen your hamstrings without pulling them too much. This next exercise gives you deeper stretch without feeling like you're overdoing it. But it requires you from sitting down, so you can even do this in your office chair. So if you have a footrest, feel free to do it. We're going to start by straightening one leg while the other leg is bent, so you look like a sitting flamingo. While trying to keep a straight spine, you're going to bend forward until you feel that pull behind your straight leg. Pull back a little bit, then you're going to contract your quads, these front muscles. What this does is that it tells your hamstrings to fire less and relax. When you relax your quads, slightly bend further than before. You should be able to go deeper in your stretch, bending even further. Now, Remember, for the whole course of the exercise, you're going to maintain a neutral spine. Repeat this process 3 to 5 times and try not to push yourself because there's a thing as overstretching. And there you have it, 4 simple, very effective mobility exercises for your hips, adding spice to your everyday life. Give yourself a treat by trying them out. And if at any point these exercises bring you discomfort or fail to relieve aches and pains, feel free to reach out to us here at the clinic. It was a real pleasure going through these exercises with you. And why? Because here at Balance for Life, moving better matters.